Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. It is Saturday, August 19th, so you know what time it is. It's Wax Gaming Weekly Recap time, where we try and go through all the latest information from this past week, plus anything that's coming up in the next week or two to make sure that you're up to date so you don't have to dig through all the Discords and all the websites and all the different games. You get it all here in about 10, 15 minutes. So let's go ahead and start talking about this week. There is not a huge volume of stuff that happened this week on the Wax blockchain. There's things that happened, and we'll go through all those details. But I'm just telling you, I have a feeling the end of August is going to be a little bit slower, which we've seen over the last 2 weeks. But September is going to be huge. There's big things happening in September, lots of stuff that's coming out in September. So I encourage everybody to just be ready. Be ready for September to be very interesting. We got Avalon's coming back as far as their alpha goes. We got potentially combs from Taco coming out around that time frame. We have Parsec that's going to be launching their alpha at that time. We got potentially blending coming from Dungeon Worlds, plus a whole lot of other things that may or may not have been announced yet. So September is going to be huge, and I have a feeling it's kind of the combination of people are finishing up their summer vacations and they'll be back at it in September. So be ready for September. But while we're waiting for September to roll around, let's go ahead and talk about what's been happening this week. And before we really actually talk about that, please, if you like this kind of content, I do have to ask, go ahead and subscribe if you like the videos that I put together, whether it's the weekly recaps, the game replays, or any of the other videos. I'm really trying to push for 2,000. And once I get to 2,000 subscribers, we'll go ahead and do a bunch of giveaways. But I think I'm only about 22 subscribers away from it. So I'd appreciate anyone that hasn't subscribed yet. If you like the content, go ahead, like and subscribe, and we'll go ahead and start doing some giveaways once we hit the 2,000 mark. All right, let's go ahead and jump in there with the content for this week. As far as Parsec, I did mention that they've been doing a few drops. They have on the weekends, they have the auctions for the space stations. But one of the critical items that happened this week was for those commanders that dropped last week, they did a blend that kicked off on Monday to go ahead and blend it to Elite. Essentially, this is important because there's only going to be 50 of each commander that can be Elite. And they're going to have extra bonuses for the staking instead of 1 time the staking power. Right now, they have 5 times the staking power during this initial staking time frame. They're going to have a bonus when the game drops as far as higher benefits. And again, there's only going to be 50 of them, so they're going to be super limited. And please keep in mind that Parsec is going to be a free-to-play game. These only provide bonuses, so they are not needed to play the game. They just give you a bonus within the game. But they had that blending happen, and there's already a bunch of them that have sold out as far as the blend goes. So other than the random blend, you cannot get them anymore. So if you're all interested in the game and you're all interested in the Elite commanders, so you don't have to pay the high price on the secondary market, go ahead and get your blended. It's out there. It's available. Actually, it's partially available because a lot of things have sold out for this one. I'm really interested to see how this game goes. Alpha will be launching. It's one of those September things that I mentioned. Alpha will be launching on September 1st. Next, let's go ahead and jump through the FGL items, starting with Cosmic Clash. They've gone into week 2. There's only a few days left by the time you're watching this. 2 days left for the week 2 of this Defeat the Horde in between season type of event that's going on. And there's right now the sponsor for it is Aphelium. So if you're playing the Discord game of Aphelium, why not go ahead and jump in here so you can go ahead and potentially get some Aphelium NFTs as prizes from going ahead and playing. It actually may be a little too late, but let's go ahead and actually look forward. On the 23rd is actually when the new NFT draft week is going to go ahead and get started. I'm actually going to go ahead and do a review on the updates that they've made to NFT draft. Hopefully here next week or the following week, just in time for the NFL season to kick off. So keep an eye out for that one also. In addition, from FGL, they also have the Mecca World Dice Tournament is kicking off here on Monday. This is another one of those big events where you can go ahead and play. You pay a certain fee to get into it, but there's a very good chance, as long as you're productive and not productive, but you participate in the dice tournament, that you're going to get a prize back, whether it's equal to that. There's a lot of prizes that are going to be more than the cost. I've done a few videos on this, so if you're all interested on how this plays, go ahead and check out my videos, because I've done one as far as this format of the dice tournament goes. And then last but not least from the FGL side, Outlaw Troopers, they just moved into the last week of the season, so there's a big push for those prizes at the end. There's some really good prizes, I'm telling you. I've been participating in it this season. I did the same thing last season, where I was making a casual effort. I wasn't grinding for one of the top spots. I think I'm in the 34, 35 range as far as my place right now. And I'm going to get a bunch. I'm going to get rare cards. I'm going to get some commons and a whole bunch of the robots that are within the game, all just from just casually playing. So it's a fun game to go ahead and check out there. Next on the list, we have Zombie Coin has a huge update kicking off here on Tuesday the 22nd. I have a video coming out. I'm not sure if I dropped it yesterday on Friday or if it'll come out tomorrow, but it walks through. There's 3 full new regions that you can go out there and explore. They do have a free-to-play version of the game also that you can go ahead and check out. That's brand new this month. So lots of cool things coming from the Zombie Coin side. They also have a big giveaway going, which I'll probably retweet here or tweet it out sometime this weekend, so you can go ahead and check that out also. Just a lot of fun stuff. If you're at all into the Zombie Coin side of the game or the project, go ahead and check out some of the details in the Discord. They have a full list. Also, I have a video that's either out as of yesterday or coming out tomorrow. Haven't decided at the time of this recording when it's actually going to be going ahead and dropping. So check that out. Next on the list, we have Nook Studios. Just wanted to kind of throw this one out there. This is a sneak peek of what's coming. It's not officially announced, but Lycos did mention it in the Discord, so I wanted to go ahead and say that. Mining Architect, if you're familiar with that, is a virtual mining farm that's based on a real mining farm that's in Iceland. They are actually going to be dropping a few new types of miners, coming out here in the very near future. So you can go ahead and check that out. There's no time frame on this. These two are, I believe, 2 different blockchains. I don't know a ton about them yet, but I'm going to go ahead and research into it. And this one right here is going to be the token for all of Nook Studio games, Mining Architect, and any of the additional games that are going to be coming out here. Also in September, there's a new game potentially coming out from there. So lots coming up in September. Be ready for it. All right, next on the list, we have Wombat. And the reason I wanted to go ahead and mention this one is because we haven't heard a ton of news around Dungeon Worlds, which I was super excited for back in May. And they've just been taking longer than expected. But they did mention that breeding could be coming out in September. So if you're out there, and you have the Wombats characters, you should be able to start breeding them at some point in September. Keep an eye on the Wombat Discord for more information on that. But that is finally coming. It's nice to actually hear news. It's been weeks since we heard any updates on Dungeon Worlds. So it's nice that they're continuing the progress on that one. And then Taco Combs, they actually announced, or they dropped the details for their new game that is going to be launching here in September. Notice the theme? I've been trying. But they have all the details as far as the project itself. So you can go ahead over to their Discord and check it out, get up to speed on what this game is and how you can go ahead and basically prep for it. It's going to be an idle style game, so I'm curious to see how it's all going to work out. Obviously, once it's released, I'll go ahead and do a video on it just to kind of give you an updated gameplay review and my thoughts on it. Next on the list, we have Nova Pangea. They gave a hint. Normally, they don't do this with the PFP founders. If you're not familiar with that, on the first of every month, they go ahead and they airdrop you some sort of reward, some sort of prize, as long as you have one of the PFP founders NFTs in your wallet. Normally, it's a surprise. You don't know what's coming. They actually announced or gave a sneak peek. It's going to be a creature pack, which is very important for the next phase of the Nova Pangea game. So if you're at all looking for a founder's PFP and you've been interested in it, but you haven't pulled the trigger on it, might be a good time to go ahead and pull the trigger on it, especially if you're looking to play the game and you're looking for another creature pack. You get essentially 2. You get if you buy a founder PFP, hold it in your wallet now, you'll get the PFP, obviously, that you pay for, plus you'll get airdropped one of the creature packs. So just keep an eye out for that one. Again, just a little nudge, a little hint if you're at all interested in these PFPs. Next on the list, we have Realm. Realm actually kicks off their Season 9 on Monday, the 21st. And again, it's roughly a 12-week season, but you can go ahead and check out the schedule here. A lot of people are still playing this. It's a fun game. I've mentioned this many a times. The only thing I didn't like about the game was if you're grinding for one of the top 20 spots, the season's extremely long. But if you're playing casually, it is a very fun game to check out. It's a very strategic game. They have the seasons. If you're not familiar with it, I did a ton of videos on this several seasons ago for Realm, so you can go ahead and check it out. It has changed a bit as far as they continue to add features each season, but you can go ahead and check that out, see if it's the right game for you. Next on the list, we have Waxaworld. They've been hinting slash announcing they are doing a new PFP launch for Waxaworld. They did a kind of one a while ago. It was very limited. They are doing another round of it, and they're actually doing, they provide some more information on the avatar slash PFPs that they're going to be dropping soon. So it shows you all the different categories that they have and the different variations of each of those, at least from a how many they're going to have. They haven't provided all the details yet, but you can go over to their website, waxel.net, and go ahead, and they have a full article about it, so you can go ahead and check that out. And then we got NFT Battle Miners. Just wanted to go ahead and put this one out there. It's not necessarily an announcement of a feature or something that's coming up here in the near future. It's more of an announcement that I like when projects do this. They go ahead and they're trying to combat botting and make sure that it's fair for all the players within the game. So they did announce that they've gone ahead and banned 495 bots within the game, which isn't a ton. It's less than 500. You got some other games out there that have thousands and thousands of bots, which I'm not going to name, but they're trying to combat. They're trying to make it fair for everybody that's trying to win some prizes. Because there is a reward, there is a leaderboard, and these bots make it not fair for the rest of the group. So it's nice to see that they're actually combating it. So it's going to be fun to watch how this whole season plays out. And then last but not least, Funko, who's been quiet as far as the NFT drops for maybe about a month, have announced a new one that's going to be dropping here on Tuesday the 22nd. It's a Power Rangers, so if you're a big fan of that, it's going to be their second series of the Power Rangers. I know there are a lot of fans of Power Rangers out there. They didn't actually give any of the details as far as what the physical redemption pops are going to look like. This may be a hint here as far as Freddy Funko. Maybe that guy. I'm not a big Power Rangers fan as far as I don't know who they are other than the actual different colors of the Power Rangers. But this looks like it may be the redeemable royalty Freddy Funko. And they also, this is the only other one that I saw, this is potentially the Grail that may be available. Other than that, I have not seen any other details as far as what the redeemables are going to be. So I'm curious to see what they are when they drop. Let me know if you've heard anything in the comments down below. And that's it for the weekly recap. Like I said, there's not a ton this week, but September is going to be huge. So be ready for that. Again, if you have not subscribed and you like the content that I make, go ahead and subscribe. Really pushing for 2,000 subscribers so we can do a bunch of giveaways. Also comment down below if I missed any updates or if there's any games that you really want me to do a review on. I got a number of reviews coming up here in the near future. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.